Good evening, folks. Hey, Michael. As he's flying solo at the moment. Don't know where the co-host is. Make sure that's on mute. That's muted. Okay. Pause the shot. So how you doing, Michael? So as we got 4 people, that means there's a couple lurkers in there. Yeah, it's good to hear. Anything fun and exciting over your way, or is it boring just like it is here? I spent today trying to acquire things for neighbors and distributed some of that out and assisted others doing the same. Picked up a bunch of extra dishes today that I really don't need, but I'll store and give to those who wind up needing it. Same with some extra food. Hey, old man. Hey, Rebecca. Hello, Cecilia. Oh, man, I will check those out later. I'll copy and paste those somewhere so I don't lose them. So we got 6 people in here. Anybody have any happy news? Because otherwise, it's going to be a short stream. God is not good. He is awesome. That's fine. You're correct on that, old man. That's good to hear. Evening, Chris and Sharon. Awesome. Cordless grinder. Do you know you can get a attachment for that to turn it into a chainsaw? I have done this. And it actually isn't too bad of a little chainsaw if you've got enough battery voltage to run it. I would recommend nothing less than 18 volts. I do believe, matter of fact, I'm pretty sure I did. I put a, excuse me, a video out on that. It seems how none of my other moderators are here with all them fancy link abilities. I will have to go try and search for it myself. So give me a moment. Oh, I can see where half my moderators are. They're on other live streams. Oh well. Let me see if I can remember where I put that. Good grief. Yeah, I know, Rebecca. I may wind up just canceling my live streams on Wednesday night because there's so much other competition. Yeah, 24-volt 4 amp should be good. Now I just got to go find it. Okay, here, let me stop at that. Go here. If it'll cooperate. And here's a link to that attachment video. So if you get a chance, you can go check that out. No, because if I'm not running any more live streams, there's no sense in having more moderators. It's just that time of year when there's people working late outside in other half of the country and they're unable to make it up here because there's too many other people doing live streams right now. And I'm too small of a channel. I can't compete. And I'm not going to ask my moderators to quit moderating for the channels that they're moderating to come over here and help me out. I'm not that selfish. Because right now, especially with 90% of people being home, there's 800 or 900 more people doing live streams right now. I have no problem with that. But I'm not selfish enough to think that everybody should come here to mine. I have no idea where Gil is. He's probably out playing in his garden. And no emails from him either. So I don't know. See, normally right now we've usually got 10 to 15 people in here. We're still at 6. So like I say, I'm not worried about it. So Christian, Sharon, other than your new toy, anything else cool going on over there? Will needs to make sure he's relaxing and not working too hard until he gets doing better. Nothing new here. Like I said earlier, I'm just trying to help people around me make sure they got food in their house. I picked up some extra dishes today just in case somebody needs some. Just doing what I always do. Worrying about those around me first. That's a long process. Each one takes about 5 hours. It's not quick. And it tends to stink the place up a little bit, so I can't do them all at once. Or my allergies would be so bad I'd be coughing and sneezing constantly. Check something real quick. It just started. It's only got one video up and it's only had a couple views, so it's probably not going to go very far either. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, that's not live. 8 other live streams going right now that I follow that never used to be on Wednesday nights, which is why I picked Wednesday nights. And now they're running Wednesdays. And when Pusa Studio's running, you can't compete with Pusa. And that's okay. Well, I appreciate it, Michael. And old man, I understand 100%. With the way the weather's been around here, I probably should be wearing one anyway. One day it's 80 degrees, the next day it's 35 and rainy. Today it warmed up a little bit and all the mold spores are starting to come out. So today's been a miserable day outside. Pusa Studios. They are a shout out type channel. They get people up there, they help them build their channels. And they've usually got several hundred people in theirs. I don't like taking anything Kristen Sharon Holmes said. I don't like taking anything. I can't. The only time I'll take aspirin is if I've got an absolute migraine that's dropping me to my knees. That's the only time I take anything. Other than that, I deal with my pain. Well, Michael, most of the people that do have heard of Pusa are ones that are trying to build up their channels. Bro Gary, good evening. Thank you for stopping in. Appreciate it. And that's okay. You be safe out there on the roads. They were before Two Family. Pusa Studios started theirs before Two Family did. I remember when Two Family only had like 300 subs. I've been watching Two Family Homestead for quite a while. Yep, definitely a prayer for the long haulers, especially with all the crap that they got to go through with the DOT books and the government sticking their nose in where it don't belong, and some state troopers thinking they're something other than what they actually are. But that's a trucker's gripe. I won't go there. City truckers don't have to go through the same things that long haul drivers have to go through. That's one of the main reasons I quit doing it. There's just no money left in it for me. When you go from making $900 a week take home to $230 a week take home at the same company, it's time to get out. So I did. Gotcha. Oh, I got to respond to something. Okay, where's that at? Right there. Okay, that takes care of that one. Yay. Yes, of course. I'm running 2 laptops at the moment. When I'm on Gills, I run 2 laptops and a tablet. But for my own, I just run 2 laptops. Because this one, although I can surf the web a little bit while I'm on live stream, it does have a tendency to hiccup a little bit where I can talk on this one and type on that one without it interfering. This one is an HP Beats Audio Edition Pavilion, and the other one's a 2009 MacBook. What's it running? I don't remember what it's running. It's running a 2012 or 2013 version of the OS, whatever that one was, Snow Leopard or something like that. Don't remember. It works, so I don't care at the moment. Back to that. Yeah, if you can smack that thumbs up, just don't hurt your thumb doing so. Not responsible for damaged appendages. Down to 8. Or up to 8, I mean. Thank you. So, anybody plant anything the last couple days? Plant seeds of faith, plant seeds in your garden. They are running separate. They're not even actually technically on the same. They're not networked either. I don't network my stuff. Allie, hello. Good to see you. Hey, good evening, Ron. The book did not show up today. It says, no, it'll be here tomorrow. So as soon as I get it, I'll send you an email. And for those who don't know, as soon as I get a hold of his book in the house here, I'm going to try and do an audio version of it. So we can get it out to a few more people that way who may have trouble reading or want something they can listen to as they're doing things. So nobody planted anything new. Nothing. I mean, Chris and Sharon's got a new grinder. Anybody get any new toys? That I understand, Chris and Sharon. Most definitely. I know here in northern Ohio, they were supposed to get snow. Hey, Michael, I got mine planted right here in this chair. I wore myself out today. This chair is feeling mighty comfortable right now. And the nice thing is, it is a recliner. I can lay it back and lay down, sort of, for about 10 minutes. And my neck will say, no, got to lay down somewhere else. Ugh. Snow. Eek. Ooh, radishes, carrots, and cucumbers. That's half my salad right there. All we need is some good old fashioned iceberg lettuce and a big old bottle of ranch dressing or blue cheese dressing. I'd be set. Well, that's possible, old man. And another thing could very well be also that as you got older, your body just said, "Pfft, I'm tired of trying to protect him from that. He's going to have to suffer." There's another four-letter cuss word that truck drivers hate. It's OPEN. Just saying. Most truckers, especially long haul drivers, really hate that word. Yeah, I'd rather be up in Michigan for summers. I wish this was my escape house. No, I'm stuck here. And for those who don't understand, when I say the other four-letter cuss word is OPEN, as a truck driver's driving, he hasn't looked at his logbook all day and he's tired and grumpy from having to deal with dispatch and brokers and delivery receipt people and idiots on the highway. Um, the last thing you want to see is way station open ahead, because then you either have to pull over and get your logbook caught up or roll through the scale and go, please don't stop me. Please don't stop me. Ah, dang it, they stopped me. Then you have to come up with a cockamamie excuse to make it sound like you just forgot about it and hope the officer is a nice guy, which I met quite a few in my many years of driving. Most of which would look at me and say, go fix it real quick. I'm going to talk to this other driver. You go fix your stuff. And they'd usually let me drive away after I got done. Only once was I ever asked to sit there and spend the night. But his comment was, you have to spend the night, but I'm leaving in an hour. I said, okay. He says, I'm leaving in an hour, but you have to spend the night. I said, oh, I got it. In an hour and 10 minutes, I can leave. He says, I didn't hear what you just said. I agree. I don't miss it much either. I take that back. I miss being on the open road and basically being my own boss, but I don't miss the constant phone calls, having to carry a pager, dealing with dispatchers, dealing with brokers, dealing with people who don't know how to give directions or give bad directions, and road raging idiots who like to slam on their brakes in front of trucks. I don't miss that part, but I do miss the open road. Hey, Howie, good evening. What you eating for dinner, buddy? More fish? Excuse me. Ah, there's Miss Kathy. I hope you're doing well this evening, Miss Kathy. Did Blue Healer come in here? I didn't see her. Oh, there she is. I'm sorry I missed you, Blue Healer. Hello, welcome. Good evening. So, Miss Kathy, you going to give us a sneak peek? I missed it this morning. What you doing tomorrow morning? Because I kind of ran out of things to talk about. So, you got anything good for tomorrow morning? something motivational, something to pick us up, make us motivated. And no, I have enough food. My waistline is growing by the inches. And no reason to keep looking over here is that way if I see somebody pop up. Oh, more food. Oh. Well, I guess I'll have to go out and do my 3 mile hike tonight so I can make room for tomorrow's food diet. Hey, old man, I went from New York City to LA in 72 hours. It is not something I recommend for anybody to do on a normal basis. It is 3 days, absolutely no sleep. That truck doesn't stop except for fuel. Paleo granola bars. Aerodynamic. I like that. Kathy, when you are told if you can get it there by a certain time, they'll put $1,500 in your hand for expedient delivery. You do what it takes to get that 1,500 bucks put in your hand. I got the 1,500 bucks. I was very happy. Of course, that was clear back in 1993. $1,500 nowadays doesn't go as far as it did back then, that's for sure. Yeah, collard greens will definitely motivate you to a small little teeny room with a little porcelain item in it. Yep. Yeah, see that's what a lot of drivers down here are. That's why they're leaving the industry is because they don't need the government to tell them when to shut down. Montana to Florida, that's a bit of a drive too. Yeah, I wouldn't even attempt it now, Kathy. I'd probably fall asleep halfway across the state of Ohio. I was old. My body just doesn't cooperate like it used to. And no, before anybody asked, I did not use any stimulants of any kind. I don't believe in it. I don't believe in marijuana. I don't believe in any other drugs. And like I said, I don't even like taking this stuff unless I've got a migraine that's dropping me to my knees. That's the only time I'll use it. 1,500 miles isn't too bad. Yep. I could never stomach the taste of Mountain Dew for more than maybe one can of it. 12 ounces was enough of that goat pee for me. And no, man, now I will not drive through Canada. And that's it's not because I don't like it. It's just I have no, a place I'd want to go would be Alaska, but it, they're not willing to pay me enough to move up there right now, so I'm not doing it. For those who don't know, there are certain sections of Alaska they will pay you to move there, and they will pay you a stipend, a monthly allotment for actually living there if you live there a certain period of time. Unfortunately, Kathy, you're true. And what those people don't realize is it's extremely bad for your heart. I found out the hard way. I didn't drink Red Bull, I drank Monster energy drinks. And I'd live on those things from sun up to sundown and halfway through the night. Went in to take my DOT physical, and my doctor, who knew me, he says, Dave, you failed. I said, what? He says, you failed your DOT physical. You cannot drive right now. I said, how in the heck did I fail? He says, your blood pressure is 148 over 123. He says, you failed. He said, go home, come back in 2 days. My boss went ballistic. And I told him, I says, well, that's what you get when you send me 3 trips back and forth down to Miami, Florida in 1 week. So the last trip I can't even log because it doesn't exist. So you have to go find a way to hide it. Then sorry for him, like 2 months later, the FBI went in and audited him because his partner at the time turned him in for white collar crimes. It's not bad. It's one thing I always wanted to do is get a dedicated run, but the companies I work for never wanted to put me on a dedicated run because I was able to go too many different places and still remember how to get there without having to ask tons of questions. Yep, that's why I tell everybody, even if I'm standing in line in Walmart, I tell them, you do realize that's going to blow your heart up, right? Oh, I'm young. I ain't going to do it. Okay, well, you've been warned. Keep drinking that stuff, you'll wind up on a medical bed somewhere. You'll have some ugly old nurse come in here and poke you with a needle every couple hours to draw blood to make sure your heart's in better shape. Okay. Yep. Live on coffee. Coffee. It's also a diuretic, so make sure you always supplement coffee with other liquids. Most of the truck drivers out there know what I'm fixing to refer to. Some of the bigger truck stop chains have 72-ounce mugs that are very well insulated, especially if I was going down to a down south into Louisiana or Texas or some parts of Florida. I would always make sure I stopped and picked up sweet tea and filled it. And that's what I drink for the day. It was 72 ounces of sweet tea. Yeah, that stuff's scary. But the scariest part was that their parents were sitting there laughing at, oh, that's funny. Yeah, it's scary. I mean, I watch people let their kids run around out here willy nilly with no supervision at all. The kids are extremely defiant and disobedient. They cuss and swear just like sailors do. And then the parents look at me like, aren't you going to say something? Why me? Because they listen to you. No, they don't. Because when they go back home, you tell them, oh, you don't have to listen to Dave. He's not your parent. So I'm not going to do it no more. Speaking of channels, my son is starting a new version of his channel with my help, of course. Um, it is Charles 64th Scale Fun. It is about racing Matchbox cars and Hot Wheels. So if you know of anybody that's into that thing, we just put up his first video today, and I'm going to try and put out a video every Wednesday. The first video today was the neighbor boy picking out his 20 cars, and I've got Charles's 20 pick, or Charles picked his 20, and I got to finish the video up for that for next Wednesday. Yeah, I couldn't stand. I took one drink of that Jolt stuff, and it made me puke. Could not stand the stomach of it. And I will type hi for Charles's channel so y'all can see the name of it. Maybe kind of hard to search for it. It's not coming up in the search results yet because he has less than 100 subs. So, but if you like Matchbox cars and want to see some hilarity ensue, I'm sure once we actually start racing, which will be in 2 weeks, because this next week will be Charles's pick. Then we'll start the qualifying runs the week after that, and then the finals the week after that, probably for the first race series. What would you like to suggest there, Mark? We always take suggestions. Oh, can I suggest? Sorry, trying to monitor several things at once here. Um, I was going to say for Patriots, but they're currently running low on stock. So my suggestion would be to let me see if I can't find the link for you real quick. Let me see if I can find it for you. Yeah, a lot of the companies are saying they're in stock, but they're struggling. And with the upcoming food shortages, as soon as I get this pulled up here. I'll drop a link and then I'll share it so you guys can see it as well. Post, there it goes. Augustin Farms. They have one of the best varieties of things that you can get. All right, Allie, have a good night. Thanks for stopping in. How'd that do what? What did that do? You want to know how I shared it? Is that what you want? But yeah, for freeze dried food, I would go with Augustin Farms. You can get the 10-pound cans, which is the same size as your coffee can. Yeah, that is through StreamYard. Yeah, StreamYard. What you have to do is you have to have another tab opened on your computer, and at the bottom down there it says share screen, and that's where you do it. Which one, Pro Carry? The one for Charles's channel or Augustin Farms? I know you're driving, so take your time. But yeah, once you shared it, I can go over here and I can, I can actually scroll. And of course, if your water faucet's still working, I don't think you need to spend $4,000 for a full pallet of water. But emergency kits, they got, oops, lots of kits. We'll go ahead and look at the 1-year kit to make everybody drool. And when you start talking a year supply, the prices can be really high. Oh, gee, look at this, all out of stock. Let's see. Let's see. Let's check out dairy real quick. See how they're doing. I'll bet your Berkey has. Let's see if we got anything in stock. Oh, Looks like Auxin Farms is out of stock on 90% of its stuff as well. Again, going back to the whole coming food shortage, it's going to be like this everywhere. People like soups. Let's see if they got any soup in stock. Nope. Oh, good thing I didn't get a stimulus check, because that's what I was going to do, is buy some 5 or 10-pound cans. Guess not getting it didn't hurt a bit. All right, be safe around the Charleston area. Good evening, Miss Julie. Enough depressing side there of being out of food. But that's one of the reasons Auxin Farms also pretty much out of stock, is because they are one of the best. They do have the largest variety of stuff. I don't know where I'd store any cans, but I was going to pick some up. Oh yeah, it's what I've been trying to. No, I haven't tried Thrive Foods. I'm not trying anybody right now. Anywho, um, that was the supply chain. Uh, Not sure, Rebecca, because I didn't restart. Just click on the video timeline. It should take you. You should be able to move to the end of it where we're at. But as I was saying, yeah, with the supply chain being semi-broken as it currently is, even if everybody went back to work today, it's still going to be a month, 2 months before we see an improvement. In some areas, we might not see an improvement for 6 months. Yeah, I've got Thrive saved in my bar. I can get the Thrive pretty easy. We is not uneducated up here. The old saying goes, God gives gray hair to those who are wise. And I've got a lot of gray hair. Uh-oh. What did you not get finished, Julie? Did you not get the chicken coop installed? Awesome, Rebecca. Because I don't know if y'all ain't seen it yet, but Heavens has got a rather large set of raised beds. And they're actually big enough I could take and burrow a tunnel underneath them and hide, and she'd never know I was there. And we can eat the carrots as they grow and the radishes and stuff like that. Oh, come on, Julie. Don't be sad. Be happy. Read the thing at the bottom. Let's try and keep it upbeat. Hey, I got wire cutters. Remember, me ingenious. Me use imagination. Me carve stone into wood. Me smart. Yeah, old man, that's why I don't use. That's the only reason I carry a cell phone is this little inky dink thing. It's harder to trace. It's hard to track. I don't get warning messages on it. I don't text. It doesn't do the internet. I'm good with it. After living on a farm there, Kathy, I know how to get past hot wire too. Me have thick leather welding gloves. Me good. Oh no, she's out of mayo. Still no Guilford. He must be really busy today. I don't know. See, this is why we need to get Miss Julie into YouTube more often. She could show off her raised beds. She could do some cooking stuff. We're trying to nudge you there, Julie. It's not working though, is it? I tried, Kathy. She's not budging. It sounds like my son crashed. Poor guy. And see, the only thing I use mayonnaise for myself is egg salad sandwiches. Which next time I go to the store, I am going to buy some stuff to make egg salad sandwiches if there's enough eggs. Ugh. Then don't go to the webpage. Please don't. You will not die. Trust me. I like my egg salad. I take the little green pieces off your small onions, the chives. I put some of those in. I put a little bit of celery, not much, just a little bit of celery. So I like the crunch. A little bit of onion, a tablespoon of mustards, and some eggs and stuff like that. Oh, I've seen some actual text from on another YouTube channel that I used to frequent quite a bit. And then after going to her channel, I actually got swatted. And then the bozo decided to come on Gil's live stream and brag about it. He's not happy no more. Awesome. I don't put a whole lot of cheese in my egg salad. But I may try that. I may get some Asiago cheese and try it in there. Jerry! Hey, old man, somebody's probably already got him stuffed in their freezer. Hey, everybody, it's Jerry! Mr. Fire himself. One of these days, Jerry, I'm going to have to get with you and figure out where to get that beast of a ferro rod. I'll have to scrape up the funds to get me one and a striker. I gave my big ferro rod that I had magnesium rod away to somebody. So now I need a new one. Oh, you did you? Cool. You going to do a video on it or are you just going to use it? Nathan 4071. I keep hearing that and I keep forgetting to go check that out. I need to go do that. And hopefully, Jerry, you can use those pieces of wood. I'm not sure if they're big enough for anything. I think the one is big enough for a set of small scales. I'm not sure if you could use the other piece or not. I hear music. No, Jerry actually gets his ferro rods from another channel, which is Nathan 4071. Yes, she did, Cecilia. I know. I was actually the very first comment. What is a ferro rod? Not ferrule, ferrule. Yeah, I wasn't sure if it'd be big enough to even make, like a small neck knife or something like that. Because that's something I do eventually want to get. I want to get something. Kids broom out of the way. What'd I do with it? Oh well. I want to get a little small, like total of 3-inch long, kind of a skinning, scraping knife, to skin with. The one I've got now, it looks pretty because it's Damascus steel, but it doesn't hold an edge for crap. So eventually I want to get me a nice little teeny neck knife to be able to reach up in there and skin with. And take your time, Jerry. There's no rush. You don't even have to do one. I was just curious. Hey, Brass. Good evening. Excuse me. Well, it won't actually claw you, but it will leave very deep burn marks in your hand if you are not careful. And if you get them really hot, they have a tendency to explode when touched. Go watch Jerry's channel. That's all I'm saying. I mean, when I was a kid, I used to take the flint, which is a ferro rod, out of big lighters. I'd stretch the spring out, wrap it around the flint, take another lighter, get it super hot, and then throw it on the ground and watch it go. Poof. It is fun. And there's Howie's typical dot. He's probably still eating his food. Yes, it is, Jerry. A little bit of tannerite, ferro rods, sanding belts. That's just him saying he's still here, but he's probably still eating his dinner. And the stuff that man eats for dinner, yeah, I drool a lot. I actually have to have a bucket next to me, so when I look at his videos that he's cooking, I have to go wipe the drool out of and then dump the bucket. There's Mr. Will from Just in Time Prepping. Good evening, young man. How are thee feeling today? I've never tried that, Brass. Now, I'm not going to say I never thought about that, but I've never tried it. Well, in technicality, there is a ferro rod inside one of these. It's just really itty bitty little. All right, Kathy, you be safe. Have a good evening. God bless. Yes, please smash that thumbs up. Just don't hurt your thumb doing it. Management is not responsible for injuries occurred. Matter of fact, according to some people, I know absolutely nothing anyway. So don't take anything I say with any grain of salt. But that's okay. Because you see that box back there? Right there. That one. That thing. There's 2 more on the floor that are full of dishes and other things for people who may need it. So when somebody says, "What am I doing to try and help others?" I'm getting stuff picked up so others can get it. Although I may keep that little teapot right there, that little green thing, because it's an old-fashioned teapot, and it would work great over a fire to make hot water for coffee. That way I could set it next to the coals and be cooking food and making my water too. Sanko, Sanko, Sanko. And not Sanka coffee. Yeah, I know the feeling, Jerry. I know the feeling all too well. Going back to ferro rods, the only ferro rod I wouldn't want to use is that Gatling thingy that Jerry had on his channel that I've seen other channels using. There's too many options. I just need one big one. 6 medium ones don't. There's just too many options. Why, thank you, Will. We appreciate that. You realize I was kidding, of course. Yes. And for those who do not know, Kathy will be putting on a live stream at 11 o'clock Central Time tomorrow, which is noon Eastern, 10 Mountain, and 9 Pacific. I think I did that right. So please stop in tomorrow morning and say hello if you can. Stop in, say hello, smack the thumbs up, then quietly just drift out if that's what you got to do. And oh, by the way, Jerry, congrats on getting that set up with that other place with your knives. That was pretty cool. Yes, they do, Jerry. That's about 5 o'clock my time. I will do my best to make it. Good night, Rebecca. Be blessed yourself. Well, Jerry had quite a few awesome ferro rods, but they turned into sparks. Just saying. Yeah, that's making an incendiary device. Not very smart. All right, Jerry, keep it clean. Keep it clean. Yeah, I've done. My stepdad did some really strange things with ammunition when I was a kid. No problem, Heavens. No problem. Like I said, Wednesday nights are pretty busy. Never used to be. Now they is. It sounds like the bikes are drag racing again. Of course, I think my scanner application has stopped. Nope, I must have it tuned down too low. Oh, I do. That's why. Okay. Excuse me. Now it's too loud. Yeah, I like to monitor what's going on even when I'm up here. Earlier today, they had six cars drag racing up I 75. That was interesting. I never did catch if they were caught. I had to go outside and assist. Excuse me. Good grief, buddy. Turn your music down. Anonymous American, good evening. Mark, I actually have not done a whole lot of research into it yet myself. Um, if Gil was here, he could actually recommend some, I'm sure, but I haven't personally done enough research to make any kind of recommendation. All I could suggest would be to, good evening, Miss Kalen. Yeah, that's what I would suggest is do some research here on YouTube. Of course, you're probably going to be going through 3 or 4,000 different videos, but yeah, I've heard of Renogy before. And the one guy that Gil's friend that does the reviews on the solar systems has mentioned it as well. I can't remember his name. So, for all those who joined recently, anything new and exciting happening in your neck of the woods? And after you figure out solar panels, you're going to have to figure out what kind of batteries you're going to use too. Yeah, well, it's getting a little, it's almost to the point where it's too late to prep. Urban, good evening. What's up? When you start shopping for your batteries, I would look for golf cart batteries first. They're going to be cheaper to pick up as long as they're not, near the end of their life cycle. Well, I just hope they do it the right way, Kalen. Because if they're not careful, the second wave will be far worse than the first. Yeah, I wanted to pick up a bunch of extra storage foods, but when you don't get a stimulus check, you don't get a stimulus check. But I did find out that I can get the 500 for Charles when I file taxes next year. Not that it does us any good this year. Not worried about it. Didn't have it to start with. Not missing it. Yeah, I agree. Start gardening if you can. True, Brass, but I think modifying yourself does kind of cross into a very gray area where people could get in trouble. I never really researched into it that much because I don't do it. So, it's one of those things. That's not bad. Hopefully there were decent menu items. Because I don't know, some of that stuff, man, I'd rather get British MREs than some of the stuff our boys have to eat. And if never, but nobody's ever eaten it, if some people have not eaten an MRE, it is an experience. Just saying. Yes, I agree, Kaylin. The British and the French usually have better, at least from what I've seen, I've never tried them. They have the better side things, and some of the menu choices are, I would say, more palatable for me. Veggie omelet MRE tastes like that. I probably would agree. Never had one, so I'll just take your word for it. It's just like some of the freeze dried foods out there. Their macaroni and cheese, if you cook it the way that the instructions tell you to do, you'll destroy it. Some MREs, you have to use 2/3 of the water they tell you to use and only add extra water if needed till it's fully cooked. That's not too bad either. This is true, Kaylin. I've seen some of the ones you've showed, and it's like, that's interesting. But I was not a very brave person when it comes to some foods. Mm-hmm. It's not too bad, Anonymous. Yeah, you mix and match your MREs, that's for sure. Gunslinger, good evening. Welcome. Kaylin's done quite a few on those. That's why I think I mentioned in one of her live streams. I said, I think I'm going to go over there because they got better MREs. Now, brass, that would be a find. Most definitely. Mark, yes, there are several places that sell MREs. Kaylin would have the best ones probably right off the top of her head. Pretty much anything that's upbeat, Gunslinger. But, Mark, if you go to Kaylin Strain's YouTube channel, she has a lot of different MRAs that she's shown, and she lists in a few of her videos the places where they come in. There she is. MRE Mountain. Let me see if I can pull that up for everybody. There be the link to it that she showed or mentioned. Hold on here. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a lurker. There he is.
Hey.
You look tired, sir.
I am. I was I have no idea what number that was calling me. You don't recognize that area code or anything. It's a spammer.
Probably. But there you go, Mark. This is the website, MRE Mountain. I'm actually going to bookmark that one because I haven't been to that one before. Ding, done.
MRE Mountain.
Yes.
Looks interesting.
I put it in the side chat too.
MRE Mountain, there it is.
ZZ Top, definitely.
Cool. And bookmark that too.
Hey, Urban, I get calls like that all the time, unfortunately. Your car warranty has expired. We're calling to help you get a new one. I don't have a car. Quit calling me. Click. They don't listen. They keep calling anyway.
Oh boy. Ow. Yeah, winds out there's blowing 35 miles an hour with 50-mile-an-hour gusts.
Cool.
Try working in that. Oh.
Been there, done that, drove truck in it. Don't want to do it no more.
I wouldn't even drive. I wouldn't even drive a tank in it.
There's a bridge in Michigan that's called the Zilwaukee Bridge that collapsed while they were building it initially. And every time I had to go up I-75 from up to Bay City with a load, and I had to cross that bridge, if it was windy, I would go 60 miles out of route to avoid that bridge. I went across it one day with a fully loaded 80,000 pounds sitting on the floor of the trailer, and it picked up my trailer and lifted it onto two wheels. Not four, two.
Wow.
Yeah, nope. Ah, that's cool. You got the sky? Awesome.
Yeah.
It's SCCY, by the way. Haha.
Did you ever go across the Tacoma Narrows Bridge?
I don't think so.
That was one that was called Galloping Gertie. And there's some interesting footage of it going like this. The bridge is going like this. Mm-hmm. And there's a car stuck out on it. Someone's trying to walk out there, and it's going like this, and it goes like this, and finally goes, and it just all comes down. It was complete. It was in use. And then they realized, oh, the way that we did the girders and everything acted as an airfoil. That was...
Yep. Some of the bridges, there are some nations that I wouldn't cross their bridges on a bicycle, let alone a vehicle. What you got there, Mr. Gill?
I got something scary.
Oh, poop.
Okay, let it start. That's Galloping Gertie.
Yeah, that was back in the 70s when that collapsed, was it not?
Actually, I think it was in the 60s or 50s.
Oh, yeah. Look at the car right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Early to mid 60s.
1940. And there she goes. You see how there's on the side, it's solid on the side and hollow underneath, and air would come under it, catch one side, catch the other, and just started it going. That's why they do the open girders now.
Yeah, that's why Mackinac Bridge is a terror to drive across, because that wind will come up underneath your dang semi-trailers and pick it up and slide it a lane over.
Yeah. Okay.
So what did you get done today there, Mr. Gill? I was up here rambling for an hour waiting for you.
Let's see. We got a bunch of raspberries from someone in town, and some,
Gotcha.
and about a dozen or so elderberry bushes. Yeah, those are all planted out along the south fence line. At least the elderberries are. Got to get the raspberries tomorrow planted in one of the containers, one of the IBC totes. One of the high ones. So one of the high ones. So well, basically, I'm going to build a rack up above it and train it up and then and out. So it's going to be like a T rack on it. So it'll go up and out like an umbrella. But raspberries can get pretty long and gnarly.
Yep. But boy, are they good eating. And remind me, I have to talk to you about something after we are done.
Oh, I gotta stay after school with the teacher.
Yep. I've been given a heads up, and I think you would need to be aware of it.
Oh, that's a good one, Anonymous.
I'd recommend going through some of her videos. Because I've watched almost every video she puts out, and I can't remember hardly any of them. But Kalen is one of them. What's his name, Kalen? MRE Steve? Or something like that. He does ration reviews. MRE Nation. The husband and wife team that does that actually sells them. They do YouTube reviews of them as well as sell them. I think you'll know who I'm referring to in that one.
I know Winging It with Irish Choline reviews them, and
Steer 1998
up north.
Who is that husband and wife that sells them and does the reviews, Kalen? I'm subscribed to them, but I haven't seen it for a minute.
Was Lori doing reviews?
She did some, but I know she's still not feeling 100% right now. That's why she's not getting right. Did you see what Will put? He said tomorrow at 3 p.m. come visit.
Tomorrow at 3 p.m. I will try to.
He'll be outside playing in the dust.
Well, I'll be out. I'm going to be out. Actually, I'm going to be at 6 o'clock. Going to be at Home Depot. At 7 o'clock, I'm going into Sam's for the seniors entry, and I'm going to be back down here trying to get stuff together. My stuff down in the basement. So I got right now. I got like 40 more than that. No, I got about 48 corn stalks about that tall now in the basement.
Cool. Yeah, MRE Nation. That's the one I was trying to think of. But they sell too. And he does a pretty decent job of doing reviews here on YouTube as well. And before I would recommend any channel or any seller, I would check out their YouTube videos and see how they do their reviews. That'll tell you whether or not they actually stand behind their product. I know MRE Nation does. Hey, Nana.
Greetings, Nana. Okay. Yeah, because I know that Colleen gets a lot of stuff from. Oh, she was getting a bunch of them from over in Europe and testing them. Yeah, I'm the reason I'm going there because if I hit Home Depot at 6 o'clock in the morning, ain't nobody there yet, but contractors, and they're at the other end. They go into big doors.
Yep.
Yeah, last time I was at Home Depot, a guy climbing up, breathing down my back, and he was talking to cell phone, spitting on the back of my neck. About decked him.
I would turn around and cuff in his face.
No, I turned around and shoved him back. I said, "You want to go to jail? You maintain a 6 foot distance at least. You put spittle on me one more time, you're going to jail."
It's a biological assault.
Yep. And I told him, these days and age, that's what it's going. There ain't nothing going on. And I pulled up. I happened to carrying a couple sets of handcuffs. I pulled one out. I said, "Let's go." He got out. He just ran, took off running across the parking lot.
Yep. Ford MRE is a good place as well. I just wish I could afford some of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, some of that stuff actually looks good enough to eat right now in normal times.
Old man, I have some Mountain House that's over 30 years old, and it's still good, especially the spaghetti and the chicken tetrazzini is still good. Back before I was married, I bought a boatload of that stuff for my brother and I used to go hiking and camping and stuff.
Am I in the right one? Yes. Give me a minute here. I'm trying to get my computer to cooperate.
See if I can find this here on MRE.com. There we go. All right, there's foreign MRE.
Okay, Kaylin. You can now do blue things. You're a Smurfette. Good evening, Uncle Al. Good evening. You have entered the Twilight Zone. Please fasten your seatbelt, put your trays in the upright position, and relax.
All right, there's I got the foreign MRE up.
Thank you.
Also on the side as well here.
Oh, sorry.
So there's their little thing there.
The spork.
The spork. No, that's
a
that's
tactical spork. That could be used as a weapon. It won't break.
yeah.
It's titanium. They also
All
got
right.
a tray too.
Okay, ration shop. American rations, ammo can, gift box, British, Chinese, mystery, Russian, South Korean, Spanish.
Excuse me. Yeah, no, every time I see you pull yours out, Kaylin, I keep thinking, I've got to go get one, and I keep forgetting. Other things come up first.
What is the ammo can gift box? 3 different gift box and a small ammo can. Mm-hmm. That's the 7.62 millimeter can.
Yep, standard ammo cans.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's unfortunately, old man, some people are just only finally getting, it's probably a good idea to keep extras. We had some groceries delivered here today that I was trying to get passed out, and people didn't want to take the canned chicken. I looked at one lady and says, with the coming meat shortage, you may want a can of chicken because you know what? That might be the only chicken you get for the next 6 months. She snatched it up faster than a baby snatches up a pacifier. Gone.
Ken Slinger, you're right about that. Mountain House Chili Mac is good stuff. Unless you got a bunch of scouts in while they're eating, you get one of them to laugh and he blows it out his nose. Then they all start laughing and blowing it out their nose. That was a bad scout trip.
Agreed, man.
Funny.
Don't either.
Freeze dried, store well, can last longer than you. Yeah. Freeze. When I started getting Mountain House back 30 some odd 40 years ago, they were packaging it in nitrogen.
How much was those ammo can thingies again?
The ammo can thingies. Let's see. They didn't. Let me pop on one and see what the price is here. Number one. Come on. $50.
It's not too bad because the ammo can's good for storage.
Yeah.
I don't care about stickers. I don't have a sticker board.
And number two is $40 for number two. That's that. And number three, go back to number three. Actually, I didn't even notice the next button there. Yeah, I'm tired.
No, I was laughing at Nana's comment. Who
52.
needs food? If you have food, then you need TP for a vicious cycle.
Depends on the type of food. Certain types of food you eat, and you're plugged up for a month.
Yeah, we're looking at that right now.
All right, this one is 52 or $53.
Looks like it's got 3 meals on it.
Yeah. We should blow up larger so that's First Strike is the brand on that. So yeah, they got looks like a good place to spend a lot of time spending money.
Yeah. Like I said earlier, if I'd have got a stimulus check, I probably would have spent it on storage foods. But Augustin Farms is completely out of everything. We looked at it earlier. All their 10-pound cans out of stock.
Which
dairy out of stock.
Which one?
Augustin Farms.
Oh yeah,
the one with the biggest variety. They're all out of stock. So if you can afford it right now and you want to stock up, I do recommend getting MREs because there are a lot of them out there.
Yeah.
Who needs a bidet? Just run down the local creek. Oh, wait. Never mind.
That's when
YouTuber that made a comment like that the other day. I don't want to be associated with him.
Well,
what is a bidet? Let's just say it squirts water from the underside.
All right. Yeah. A bidet is a French toilet that washes your underside and dries it too. Anonymous.
Yep. Speaking from experience. They designed it that way so soldiers in combat situations would not have to go while sitting in a foxhole. That's why a lot of the older MRAs came with 2 things of gum. The gum is laced with laxative. So when you're not sitting on the front line, you can chew your gum and then go poo. Yes, corned beef. Awesome stuff.
Yeah. Now, the alternative to a bidet, they have this little attachment for your bathroom sink faucet. You unscrew the little screen off it. You can screw it on so you have a little garden hose on there. Type thread, and you just run it around and have a little spray nozzle, and you just kind of wash yourself down. That's the poor man's bidet.
Fried chicken. Hey, if it gets really bad, you know that attachment that sits on the side of your sink? For some people, if you got a fancy sink, that'll work too. Just don't do it in your sink. Attach it to the toilet. It's not that hard.
Yeah.
A T fitting and some brass fittings, and you're good to go.
Was it Old School Prepper that showed the different ones she has? Yes. Yes, she had. She even showed the one she took with her on travel down to Mexico.
Down there, you need a bidet. Montezuma's revenge will creep up on you when you least expect it.
Yeah. Okay, let me check something else out here. And first,
no good, Kalen. Is it plugged up or just not hooked up? Because some of those, depending on the water, if you've got hard water, they will plug up and quit working.
Yeah, sometimes they got a little ball inside there that goes up and down for the thing. and once it starts building up corrosion, it'll stick.
Yeah, the calcium will build up around it and it won't work.
Yeah.
I used to get my stepbrother and sister all the time. I'd get black rubber bands and put them around it, so when they turn the faucet on, they'd spray them. Yeah, it was fun. Until one day my mom went over to the kitchen, went to use it when I wasn't expecting her to, and she sprayed herself. I never did it after that. All right, Anonymous, appreciate you coming by. Thank you very much. God bless.
All right, take it easy. So I was late getting in here. Take care of that stuff, and then I had to take care of the grandsons.
The two
They just
replaced. Understood.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, when I drove truck, I always carried a package, not just a roll, a package of TP in the truck, because there are some rest areas that
didn't have any. Yeah. Interesting. According to Emergency Essentials, their in-store brand, they got it in stock.
Well, that's good. Oh, they've rebranded it.
Yeah, that's their
pandemic supply kit.
Yeah, that's a special kit. Yeah. How long a kit is for? Let me see if I'm trying to see if it gives the.
Well, it's a bucket, and it showed X number of calories per day.
Yeah. 30-day, one person bucket.
So.
2,000 two buckets. It basically it's 2 buckets. This is bucket 1 of 2, and this is bucket 2 of 2.
You know, and they're figuring 2,000 calories per day.
Yeah. Which if you're in quarantine, sitting around the house playing solitaire.
No.
Or Doom and Bloom survival game.
God, that thing's heavy. Did I say how heavy that thing was?
Yeah. Oh, they got the dehydrated meat stew right now. By tomorrow night, you probably won't.
Go get it, guys. Get it while the getting's good.
Yeah. That's beprepared.com, Emergency Essentials. They've been around since 45, 50 years. Okay.
Yeah, and with everything being held up the way it is, you know, even around here, our maintenance staff is working, but they're being told not to enter apartments unless it's a dire emergency.
Oh, this sounds interesting. This one here, this little blog here. The pandemic will eventually end. These 3 problems with our food supply won't.
It's broken, and it's broken. We rely on too much outside outsourcing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, think back, folks, when you were a kid, where half of what your grocery store carried was local produced. Now 90% of what's in stores is produced outside the state you live in.
Ooh, okay. So about several years ago, they helped write a book, Countdown to Global Food Crisis, laid out 10 most serious risks to the world's food supply. Yeah, back then when the person who wrote this, Cameron Pipkin, and Cameron told people about that the experts predict a full-blown global food crisis within a decade. You got more than 2 eyes rolled.
You're robo.
Still roboing?
A little bit.
Let me go ahead and tell the other one here. There we go.
Hey.
And yeah. Since the outbreak, every week seems to bring a new set of breakdowns in our food system.
The problem is people just don't see it yet. That's why they're demanding, you know, crazy things and not being very smart about it.
Yeah. Tyson Foods actually took out a full-page ad in the New York Times declaring the food supply chain is breaking.
Mm-hmm. And yet there are people that saying there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. So, I know for a fact it's broken. I
Yeah,
used to drive truck. I seen firsthand what it's required.
yeah.
And having been part of it, I knew where all the weak links were.
Okay. I like this. In a world where the U.S. shopper buys apples in China, rice grown in India, dozens of things can go wrong.
And the sad part is we grow all that stuff local too.
Yeah.
We're actually now selling rice to China.
Yeah. In California, the northern Central Valley, up around Sacramento,
Mark,
Delta area, they grow a ton of rice up there on the Delta and all those Delta islands and stuff.
Yes, Al. Silent green. Stuff that makes you stupid. I mean, smart. But
Yeah. Interesting information here. But what I want to look for is countdown to countdown to the global food crisis. Let's see what that comes up with.
You're right, Kalen. That's the best way to get it right now. Unfortunately, I'm kind of stuck because my Walmart has recently, from what I was told today, has recently, within the last 2 days, put up signs only allowing 2 packages of meat per shopper. And seeing as how I can't walk up there every single day, makes it rather difficult for me. Good thing I have a freezer full at the moment.
Okay, so it's about a year and a half ago the book came out. And it's on, see if it's on Amazon here. Is this the one? Nope, that's a different one. But it looks just as good. Information. Oh, no, you're not going to pay hardcover to that. No. All sorts. Another book on Amazon, The Coming Famine, Global Food Crisis. Yeah.
I don't know if I should show that one or not. Nana, I'm gonna that was withheld for review, and out of respect, I'm gonna leave that one hidden. Not that you were trying to start anything, but Kaylin is very respectful, and I don't think she would take any issue with it, but others might have. So I'm gonna leave that one off for now. Oh, somebody already approved it. Okay, I was gonna leave it off for now.
IB here is limiting nearly all fresh meats. Okay. All right. Oh, yeah, that's my orchard. Cherry tree, cherry tree, cherry tree, nectarine, nectarine, peach, peach, plum, apricot, 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 pear, nut, 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 pear, apple, 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 apple.
How did you find me to plant me in your garden?
Oh, the nuts.
Yeah.
Well, see, I got you, I got Uncle Al, I got Will.
And Kaylin is correct. Jews also Orthodox. That's the word I'm looking for. Orthodox Jews do not eat pork.
Right. Move that over there. And what was I going to look up here just now?
And if you want to get technical, they do not eat any bottom-dwelling fish or aquatic either. Hey, Josh. So crab, lobster, stuff like that. They don't eat catfish. They don't eat.
Put this back over there. And
there's 2 of us.
We're gonna go here. We're gonna go into Kaleidoscope.
I'll fix that in a heartbeat. Looking at one of me is bad enough. Having to look at multiples of me is scary. I am not taking responsibility for people having heart attacks. Ooh.
Hey, Josh, how's it going? All righty.
Oh, my
Yeah.
neighbor sold her car today. She got $700 out of it. Now she's like me, no car.
She got $700 for it?
It, in my personal opinion, it was worth maybe $250.
Ah,
I've driven it. I've worked on it. It's got over 200,000 miles on it. But a guy gave her $700 for it. I'm
yeah.
not going to fault her for it.
No.
Her mom and dad are actually helping her get another car, so she'll get another one. Plus the fact that she's 8 months pregnant, she really needs a car.
Yeah. Okay. Check that out.
Because my kid must have fallen asleep. I don't hear him at all.
Oh, that was funny earlier today. They was the middle. Now he's the second oldest one. He's 3.5 now. He was running around like a holy terror and stuff, doing stuff. Just go, 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 go. Oh, no, 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 look at this, look at that. You know, just going to stuff. All of a sudden, it's quiet. I'm going, what's he into? And so I came back up from the basement from my greenhouse I have down in the basement there. Start to look around. There he is, crashed out on the floor.
They're so cute when they do that.
And then on the other, about 10 feet away, the oldest one was out too. It's like, yes.
Straight.
Yeah, but that was about 2:00 today.
That's when you should have taken your old man nap.
I did.
I don't get my old man nap no more.
Yeah, I took a 45-minute old man nap. Then I went back out and got sandblasted again.
Hey, Fish and Loaves. Welcome. Thank you.
Hey.
Yep. More and more people are buying farm animals. Can't have any here. And starting gardens. Can't have one.
Can you have a pet besides a cat?
Technically, I'm not even supposed to have the cat.
Ooh. Oh, that's the rodent extermination device.
It doesn't work that way. But they know I have it. They're just not pushing the issue at the moment.
Yeah. 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 At both Lowe's and Home Depot in their garden section, neither one of them have garlic to plant or garlic seeds to plant. And Home Depot didn't have any onions at all, any onion seeds to plant. At least Lowe's had a couple different varieties of onions. You know, they had the big red ones and a bunch of the shallot type white ones, and different ones similar to that.
Well, Josh, that's one way to quit not mowing the lawn. Turn it into a garden or a pasture for animals. Now, even if I tried taking a nap, Fish and Loaves, the most I could get would be an hour. If it's daylight outside, my body won't sleep, no matter how tired I am. Unfortunately, if I take a nap in the middle of the day because I'm exhausted or whatever, I don't fall back to sleep until like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. Egyptian walking onions sound awesome.
Chaga?
Chaga.
What's chaga?
You don't know what chaga is? You might want to look that up real quick.
I'm going to.
Please excuse Gil while he goes the tick.
Ah. Let's see here. Chaga mushroom powder.
I did notice over on eBay when I was looking today, there are several places still selling seeds.
Ah, interesting. So chaga is a mushroom tea. Daily intake should not exceed 2 6-ounce cups. I wonder why I haven't heard about it. It's a fungus. I'm sorry, I don't do funguses.
No fungus among us?
No
Oh,
fungus among us.
dang. I guess I'll never have to cook you one of my famous steak mushroom burgers, then, will I?
Nope. Now, black bean burger, I've had some different varieties of those, and some of those get pretty good if they got the right seasonings in them.
1 pound burger with sauteed mushrooms, Swiss cheese, a little bit of sauteed onions, 4 strips of bacon, a nice big, thick, fat, crispy type, and 2 Kaiser rolls. One Kaiser roll cut in half, of course, but a burger so thick that it takes 4 hands to hold it.
Sounds like a Fuddrucker 1 pounder.
Yeah, I like mine better because I season the hamburger.
Yeah. The Fuddruckers 1 pound elk burger with cheddar cheese, bacon, a pineapple, a little teriyaki sauce drizzled on it, and a slice of Swiss cheese.
The best restaurant burger I ever got was, I can't even think of the name of the restaurant now, but I was down in Georgia loading watermelons all day. So after a day loading watermelons, go to the motel and take a shower and walk over to the restaurant because they were right next to each other. And I'd order a hamburger. On the hamburger was some hash browns shaped in the same size as the hamburger, fried egg on top of that, and a little bit of a dressing. I don't remember which dressing it was, but that one burger would fill you up. Well, it would fill up the other person. I usually ate the burger and order fries and sometimes mozzarella sticks too. No, you're fine, Nana. You're fine. Yeah, chaga is definitely A, an acquired taste, and B, has to be processed properly. See, we're networking in here tonight. Awesome. Yeah. I like to see that.
One of my favorite cheeseburgers isn't a cheeseburger, really.
There's not a cheeseburger.
It's a big pizza dough with barbecue sauce on it, ground beef, bacon, 4 types of cheeses on it, more hamburger, more bacon, more cheese, and then fresh sliced tomatoes on top as soon as it comes out of the oven.
So in other words, you like a cardiac arrest waiting to happen.
The cardiac special, one year I was working when I was one winter I was off from construction because it was really bad. I went to work at the Pizza Hut that went in up the street, and at night we created the cardiac special. We took a meat lover's pizza a triple pepperoni pizza and a cheese pizza and combined them all into one big massive pizza.
Yep, that's one waiting to happen for sure.
I tell you though, that was almost as good as a 3-letter word we shouldn't be talking about on here.
Okay. Yeah. Don't need any a histamine shock. That's not good. I really got to replace my EpiPen.
Cheeseburger salad. Interesting.
Dog? What dog? Did you see a dog? I didn't see a dog. Did you see a dog?
Nope.
I heard a squirrel earlier chirping, but and my cat's laying over there sleeping.
I heard a grandson downstairs making noise. But that was more like a 1-month-old fussing in the crib.
One moment.
Yeah. So if everybody wants to tease Dave, make a comment and delete it.
Okay. Neighbor wanted to know, you got any duct tape? Nope. Crap is expensive.
Yeah. Yeah, we found out that most of the duct tapes the kids just tear off. The only stuff we use now is the Gorilla stuff.
Hey, Tim. Okay, what did you all retract when my back was turned? I see part of it inside chat here. Do I have to hire outside moderators to keep you moderators in check? Yeah, that's the problem. The shadow thinks he knows. Nope, don't watch any kind of news there, Tim. I wanted to keep tonight kind of upbeat, nothing depressing.
And Newsom is depressing.
Exactly. If I want depressing, all I gotta do is walk outside my door and look around. Well, let's see. Gil retracted something. Josh retracted something. Michael tried to retract something. But when I scroll back up here, where'd it go?
Michael retracted it.
See, yeah, but Josh just came through that Dave is awesome. So that leads me to believe some very interesting comment was made. And the way you're giggling is the old fashioned goes at the cat that swallowed the canary.
I told them all to type something and retract it real quick. You know, like the joke that we pull on Steve Corsair trainers when he goes running off and another cup of coffee. Yeah. And he goes, Anna, you're in charge. And it's everybody quick, type something, retract it. And he comes back and there's about 20 retracted messages on there.
Oh, see, that way he can find where he left off.
Old man, it's not only in the Philippines. A friend of mine from Hong Kong says, you know what we call dinner in Hong Kong? Slow dog.
Well, Tim, they've been talking about that. Chicago's already talking about it. So yeah, got to be careful fishing loaves. Remember, Lori's channel got killed because of stuff like that. Yeah, unfortunately, if they implement, there's going to be a whole lot of bad things happening.
Oh, yeah. Of course, with the number of people they're not testing.
Well, the thing is, are they using the proper test?
Yeah.
If they're using one that Stanford used, everybody going to have it, even if they never did.
Yeah. If H2O is on the inside of a fire hydrant, what's on the outside?
Paint.
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, yellow. Well, yellow or red paint.
Depending on the locale.
Unless there's some funny punchline coming. What was that? Whoa. Venezuela's president tested a goat and fruit. Test positive. All right, K9P. Well, Tim, also, if you,
K2P, does that count?
it also depends which movie you're watching. If you're watching a certain movie called Minions, there's a minion hanging on it trying to sweet talk the hydrant.
There's that too. I watched a horror movie where some biological lab was mixing animal DNAs to come up with something strange, and the dog they created would bite like a snake. Its jaw would open, expand like a snake's. It had venom. It peed acid.
But for a second, I thought you could say it peed cobra venom.
No, acid. It peed on the fire hydrant and it started melting the fire hydrant. It ran like a cheetah, so it was super fast.
That sounds like that one from that movie Planet 51.
I have no idea. It was many, many, many years ago when I saw
So this is an animated one. The dog would pee on things and melt it. That's right, fishes. Bob was sweet talking the hydrant. Oh,
I don't think you'd get anywhere near that doggy.
no.
The bad part is it looked like a very mild-mannered German Shepherd. Fruit cocktail tree.
Oh,
does it come with light or heavy syrup?
no, fruit cocktail tree. It's grafted. So you got peaches, you got nectarines, you got pears and everything else on it.
Yeah, but is it the real cherries or are they just grapes colored to be a cherry? The Fly. Which one? The one with oh, good grief. There's actually 3.
Jeff Goldblum was the latest one.
I didn't care for that one as much.
I know the old original one was actually really creepy.
Yeah, I like the original one with Vincent Price.
You had the original Fly, and then you had the Incredible Shrinking Man, and a couple of the other ones were just really like make you look around, and they're in black and white too, so they really creeped you out.
Vincent Price and Boris Karloff. I grew up on those two. And Bela Lugosi. My mom was an old B movie fanatic. She loved the old B movies.
King Kong strawberries.
Yeah, I grew up on those three and Elvira and Tales from the Crypt. That turned out okay. Just a little twitch once in a while. Other than that, I'm okay. I don't want to do that too much. That actually hurt.
Ooh, a strawberry the size of a peach. Pine berries are white strawberries that taste like pineapple. Oh, and who was it was telling us about? I was telling on in the chat the other night. It might have been Anthony or Reed. We were talking about an orange tree that can take the snow and stuff, but the fruit is more like a lemon. You use it like a lemon. I can't remember what that's called now.
Well, see, the only pine berries that I knew about were the ones that are actually on trees, pine trees, the seeds.
Where do you get them, and what's the highest zone for them?
Growing zone.
Yeah.
A grapple.
Nope. Yeah, I've heard about those. Never had one.
Nope. But I do like my grapefruit with a little bit of sugar. Of course, if I get any now, I'll have to take a spoon out of my drawer and take a Dremel and make my own grapefruit spoon. FourSeasons.com. How do you delete your own? You can only retract it. A moderator can delete it.
Yeah. If you want to retract your own comment, you go over and check on the three dots that appear next to it. You left click on it, and you get your choice of things to remove, retract, whatever. Okay.
Banana trees down to 20 degrees. Holy cow, that would be awesome.
Let's see what FourSeasons.com looks like. Frozen grapes.
I do not care for Nutella, personally. My kid likes it a little bit, not much, but a little.
Interesting. That's weird. FourSeasons.com.
Well, that's good, old man. Glad you got it. I'm not Jerry, but I'll say it for him. And he probably done fell asleep at the counter.
Is that supposed to be FourSeasonsNursery.com?
I just picked up like 8 things of peanut butter today, so. Ah, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. That's the best singing you're getting out of me.
No, maybe I'll do an upper class version. Hippo birdie to use. Hippo birdie to use. Hippo birdie, dear you. Hippo birdie to use. Okay, so this is Four Seasons Nursery. Okay, yeah, so this is it. Oh, there you go, King Kong strawberries.
Oh, wait, that's Tarzan.
Ooh, blackberries.
What depressed me is this last year, I actually noticed wild raspberries growing in the crack underneath my divider piece of plastic out here in the back patio, which is
Hmm.
tiny. They sprayed it with buckweed killer. I was depressed.
Okay, so Four Seasons is out of Illinois, Bloomington. But let's click on this and see what it says about the King Kong strawberry. Like a peach. Okay. 10 of them for $10 right now.
Decent price.
60 for 48. Big
This one
savings
grows
there.
on.
No, this is at the nursery, Four Seasons Nursery.
No, I know, but does it list the grow zone?
Grows on. I'm looking at it here. Planting zones 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's good for where I'm at. Good for a 5A, 6B, which is a lot of Idaho.
Oh, yes, Michael. Fuffernutters. Can't forget the banana. Got to have banana on your marshmallow cream and banana or peanut butter.
Okay. Interesting. I'm going to have to save this one too. Gardening. Folder gardening. Bingo. That looks really cool.
Again, any and all trademarked items used in tonight's live stream is used under the Fair Use Act.
Yeah.
If you don't know what the Fair Use Act is, please go look it up. There is no need for copyright strikes on non-monetized channels.
There you go.
Thank you. That one right there.
Chat. Come on, get back up there. There we go.
We are doing it for educational purposes only.
Yeah.
This channel is not monetized.
And boom. However, this can be considered a public service announcement for Four Seasons Nurseries and advertisements. So you may get a stipend check later from them.
Yeah, right.
That would be Southern Ohio Prepping, guys.
Yeah, I'll hold my breath until I get it. I will be as blue as this before the night's over.
Yeah, and you should also get one from Emergency Essentials, just beprepared.com.
And Foreign MRE, MRE Mountain, and a few dozen others that we've covered this evening. Please send all stipends to
the PayPal account of Charles.
Yeah, that way I can grow his channel quickly.
Paper coins. Well, I remember little metal coins filled with chocolate at Easter time.
Welcome back, Kevin.
And Fishes and Loaves is going to step out for a minute.
That's okay. We got a revolving door here.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see what else fun stuff to have here. I want to take a look at those blackberries.
No.
You don't like blackberries?
Oh, I love them. Now I want some. Just
I'll
like
find out. I'll find out if these are thornless or not.
Wood nickels. I remember those from when I was a kid. But see, it's just like morels. Last couple weeks ago, I seen some people from Michigan posting morels. It's like, stop. I can't go find any.
Okay. Doesn't say whether they're.
It says click on the left to view catalog. So there should be a catalog somewhere. Probably up near the top menu.
Contact rate. I don't see. I saw down here it says request
No,
catalog.
we don't know about it. Now she's rubbing it in my face. Nice. Round to it.
More details.
He says his has thorns, so they're thorny.
The Darrow Everbearing Blackberry has thorns. I know we used to, back when I was a teenager, we had pre-teenager. We had a lolly thornless thumbberries. The suckers were about as big as your thumb, and the plant was thornless.
That would be cool.
Unfortunately, my parents only planted about 8 of them.
Miss Julie has both. Julie, you really need to, even if it's just a 2-minute video, put something up showing your raised beds. Those look awesome. Like I said, guys, I got to see a sneak peek, and they look awesome.
Yeah.
If my computer wouldn't act so funky, I'd actually put them up here so you guys could see them.
Apricots.
Oh yes, coconut cream Easter eggs. Yep, I remember them very well.
All right, we're back.
Remember him quite well too, because he made me mad one night, and I took one and smashed it upside his head. I got in a lot of trouble for that, but I felt better. Tim says, looking on the homepage, you might be able to find it.
Yeah.
So when you go back and look.
Homepage.
Yeah. See, if I lived in a rural setting, I would have thorned bushes around the house.
Free gifts. More you order, more you stack. Okay.
But Julie, those look awesome. I mean, her beds look professional. They look that nice. Did I count correctly? You have 7 different beds, even though they're not fully planted right now, but you have 7 different beds. So that's what it looked like, 7 sections. Oh, 22. Oh. Well, I guess I didn't see the whole thing.
10 new ones.
Yeah. Maybe that's what she showed me the pictures of.
I still can't. I can find is where you can order a catalog. I don't see where they haven't shown one online here. Other than just going, click on each one of these things that are edibles, going to and checking each one of them out. Perennials, trees, shrubs, but planter containers, nothing as big as mine.
No, I am not going to burden Miss Julie with my presence.
Ooh.
I'll stay right where I'm at. He said there's an e-catalog somewhere.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it. It's not showing it here right now. Unless if I click on the request the catalog, it might be actually a. View e-catalog down there. Open a new tab. Ooh, Colorado blue spruce. Ooh, how much are those? Definitely got to save that one too. I need to get some blue spruces planted around this place. They look good with Christmas lights on them. E-catalog. Oh, there we go. Get this back up here. So there's the e-catalog. 52 pages. And it's downloadable. Ooh.
All right. Here it comes.
Downloading it. Dun, 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 dun.
There is one section of Miss Julie's stuff
Ooh, cool.
Ha ha, Julie, I showed it off. What you gonna do? Nanny boo boo.
Gardening and save it. Yeah, so you, on the bottom of the pages there, if you go to that, on any of the pages, in the center section under customer resources, view e-catalog, and then you can, gives you an online version download and, oh, cool. So
That's not good, Tim.
Oh, there we go. Oh, back up. Here it is, the white Carolina pineberry. Pineapple flavored strawberry. 3 for $8. And right now you can get basically you get 6 for $8 right now. Woo! Because you buy 3 for $7.97, you get 3 more for only a cent more, so 6 for $7.98.
Yep, I got frost warnings here where I'm at.
Yeah, cool. All sorts of cool stuff there. Okay.
Don't you just love that, Julie? You type something into spell check. That's not what you said, and it types something else for you, even though it's not what you were trying to say in the first place. Gotta love the technology.
That's why you always look to make sure before you hit things. No. That's not. What was that? Fluffy was texting his at the time still his fiance, girlfriend, whatever. I'm going to go to the CNET bar, and his iPhone corrected it to Cinnabon, which she believed because hey, he's fluffy. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds great. Well, you and so-and-so have a good time.
Yeah, I'm not into. I don't really care for the higher temps, so I'd rather move back to where I used to live in Michigan.
Yeah, we were in the mid 70s yesterday, and tonight the low is supposed to be 32.
No, there's nothing better for sunburns than aloe vera, straight from the plant. That's just my personal opinion, though.
The only reason why you think the preparation H is so good for it is because it actually has some
Spit it out.
begins with an A, painkiller stuff in it, so it's killing the pain.
I don't get sunburnt that often, so
Yeah.
And when I do, I just deal with it. Yeah, Julie, I've seen that. I would love it up there. I could go play in the snow. Yeah. Well, folks, been at it for a little over 2 hours. Lidocaine. Lidocaine is actually a topical, and
that's the word I was trying to say. Not antiseptic.
Keep thinking.
The doctor sits down and gives you the
anesthesiologist.
Yes, so it's an anesthesia.
It's an anesthetic.
Yeah.
Right, the pain cream. I knew what you were talking about. I was just giving you a hard time.
Yeah, but teenagers think it's fun to. How big of a piece of my sunburn can I peel off in one piece?
Until you get to actual skin and it peels off skin too, and you start to bleed like crazy.
No, just a one big long thin piece. Try to keep it as thin as possible. My one cousin, she could get it. She got a piece off about like that big off her arm one time. It's like, okay, yeah, you are not allowed to go out in the sun anymore, Miss Blonde Towhead.
All right, but it's been a little over 2 hours now, so I'm gonna let y'all go play in your respective homes and go party with the family and break out the whatever. Y'all be safe. God bless. Until next Wednesday.
All righty.